how will these cues impact our own markets? We have a research team joining in to tell you just that. The trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to you. Rima, let me come across to you first up. What is the market setup looking like today?
Well, it's looking pretty good because the SGX Nifty is suggesting a start around 19,200, which if you compare with Wednesday's future close was at 19,082. Which means the SGX Nifty is pretty much suggesting a gap up opening of close to about 110 points, right? Because yesterday markets were shut. When you look at the global cues over the last 2 days, because the Indian markets today will be reacting to how US closed on Friday and Wednesday. Well, Wednesday was absolutely flat. And yesterday, as we've been highlighting, you had strength on the Dow, you had strength on the S&P, though the Nasdaq closed pretty much on the flatter side. The economic data coming out of the United States, whether it's the jobless claim, whether it's the Q1 GDP number, all seems to suggest that the US economy is currently in a fine fettle. For our own markets, on Friday, what a blowout session, literally a dream session for our markets. We conquered our all-time high levels very early in the morning session and we went to build on that strength. 19,000 taken on the Nifty on an intraday basis. We closed just shy of that. But today, of course, given what the SGX Nifty is suggesting, it will be opening well above that. Look at the flow numbers. The FIs on Friday bought close to 12,000 crore rupees in the cash market. The DII selling was only 1,000 crore. But bear in mind, the FI inflow on Wednesday of 12,000 crore rupees would include the Adani block and the MSCI rebalancing. We start the July series, today, and the July series is an important one because you will have the Q1 earnings picture from next week. In fact, Chalet Hotels will be reporting numbers. The one after that, TCS and HCL Tech. So you've got the earnings season, you've got the progress of the monsoon to track, you've got another FOMC meet. So the July series will kickstart today, an important one. But this is how we've wrapped up the June series. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Rima, for that. So those are the market cues to watch out for, but a lot of stocks in focus as well. Abhishek is joining us.
Well, to begin with, MCX has decided to extend support services being rendered by 63 moons for another period of 6 months from July 1st. So earlier, they had extended the service from January for a period of 6 months. BPCL board has approved fundraise of about 18,000 crore via equity shares. CNBC TV18 has accessed 4 observations issued to Aurobindo Pharma's Anakapali unit. So over there, the inspection was done from May 15th to May 19th of 2023. ICICI Bank, they have approved draft scheme of arrangement for delisting of ICICI securities by issuing shares. So they will issue 67 shares of ICICI Bank for every 100 shares of ICICI securities. Now, sources on various stake sales for TD Power, promoter and shareholders will sell about 24.2% stake, which is worth about 800 crores via block deal. It is being offered at a discount of 4%. Credit Access Grameen, the promoter will sell about 5.8% stake, worth a little more than 1,100 crores. The price, being fixed over there is about 1,230 as the base price. Tata Communication, they have acquired Kalrea Incorporation for an all-cash deal by a payout of about $100 million. Power Grid, there is a board meet which is happening on 28th of June to consider various investment proposals. So for telecom network for NTAMC, which is at a cost of about 164 crores. Also for Western Region Expansion Scheme, which is at a cost of more than 115 crores. And approval for ICT augmentation at Navsari, which is at a cost of about 110 crores. So Shri Cement over there, Shri Cement East Private Limited has commenced trial production at its clinker grinding unit in West Bengal, which is at a capacity of 3 metric ton per annum. With this, the total cement capacity for Shri Cement has gone up to 49.9 metric ton per annum in India. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Those are all the stocks that are on our radar today. Let's talk about the F&O space now. Nigel is joining us with cues from that space. Hey, Nigel.
Well, morning, Sonal. We've been gaining for the last 3 sessions. Can we make it 4 in the row? Well, that's something that we'll be looking forward to. The big cues really will be the Fed, the progress of the monsoons, earnings season, as well as the HDFC merger. So those are the top 4 cues that we're looking out for in this series itself. How the FI is positioned? Well, they position net long. Close to around 66% of their positioning is on the long side. And if you look at the net long positions, I'm talking about the longs minus the shorts, well, it's at around 56,000 contracts, which is much better than we saw at the start of the last series of close to around 20,000 contracts. The problem is the PCR has moved to the upper end of the range at around 1.41 odd. Remember, the range is close to around 0.7 to around 1.4. And we have seen in the past when we go to 1.45 odd, that's when we see some bit of profit taking. So let's see how it goes this time. It seems the bulls are feeling very, very confident because now, in fact, the put writing is really taking center stage. And just take a look at the big open interest build up on the put side. And the call side, well, it pales in comparison to the put side. Now, you need to stay long on this index. But I think just for today, taking some money off the table at the gap up will be something that you should be looking at going by the cues. But if you're looking at stop loss and on the downside, what should the support levels be? I think the 20 DMA is an important level. So the SGX Nifty should come up for you on the screen. We have had 3 good series. This morning as well, it's suggesting some bit of green to kickstart trade. I think take some money off the table, have an early weekend. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Nigel. So those are the cues to watch out for today's market session. Let's slip into a short break. Up next, we'll get you all the updates on TCS, that is the tax collected at source, as the government postpones implementation of new TCS rates. Stay tuned for that.